Welcome back, viewers, and we are keeping you very busy with information and meeting our guests this morning. With me is Mr. Diamond Andrews, ASI President of the Tobago chapter, and ASI stands for Adventist Laymen Services and Industries. It's part of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. It's an NGO which exists within that denomination. He's no stranger to us. Mr. Andrews, welcome. And of course, next to him is another person we all know, and of course we know he has been working quite hard. Well, he's always hard at work, but maybe extra over the last few days. Mr. Allan Stewart, Director of the Tobago Emergency Management Agency, also known as TEMA. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so I have the company of two esteemed gentlemen this morning, and we're talking about Beryl Relief, of course. These are two organizations you always hear about anytime there's a natural disaster on the island or within the region. Both groups always coordinate and get the relief out. So tell us, what's the plan, how members of the public can be a part of this process, because we know that these two organizations will be doing something to help our neighbors.
Extreme. So we have seen the importance of that level of benignity. The history, we ourselves in 1963, we were impacted negatively, and the Grenada, St. Vincent, they came to our rescue. If you speak to the older people in places like Castara, Bloody Bay, they know that they have that experience of these people coming to them and providing for them in a period when they are on their knees.
Right.
We are reversing that. It's not the first time we have done it, and therefore we were approached by the Chief Secretary to take this on the going to coordinate the effort, and we are very happy to be associated with Mr. Andrews and his team. During Operation Gulfstream, ADRA was very prominent, and therefore we think in the past we have seen a number of these efforts, and therefore we want to do it again. And our doors are open at TEMA, where we will be able to, at Fairfield Complex, deliver your stuff, make sure it gets to the destination in a timely manner. And I also know that you all are doing some stuff almost ready to move, and so we just want to let the public know that from this day onward, for the next week or so, we'll be collecting a serious drive to help those people who are in need.
So one of the drop-off points would be at TEMA headquarters, as you said, in Bacalet. I think most of us know, and if you don't know where it is, of course, if you ask, you will definitely find out. And in terms of Mr. Andrews, with ASI's contribution as well, is there a second drop-off point as well, or are we just using TEMA as the main drop-off?
Yes, that's going to be the main drop-off after, because we want to run from tomorrow, actually, down to Kairaku.
Okay.
And the drop-off point for today could be at the Good News Seventh-day Adventist Church along with TEMA.
Right.
So anybody who wants to go to TEMA is fine, and those who want to come here, if it's easier for them, they can drop it off right down the street there. Roy Joe will be there to collect all those items and so on, and then later on we're going to put them together, because our boat, we already have a boat running from Tobago straight down there, and that boat is leaving tomorrow. That's the plan so far. Once we have enough stuff, that boat is going to be running. So anybody who have stuff, and we are looking for stuff as usual. When there's a disaster like that, we run for food, we run for clothing. And when we say clothing now, we are talking about good clothing. I want the public to know, don't take out anything from under your bed and bring it, because I'm going to throw them away.
Yes.
We want you to know that bring the best. You can go to the stores and buy some stuff. These are for my brothers and sisters down there who need our help right now. Food stuff in the area of non-perishables. We need biscuits, corned beef, tin stuff,
So the non-perishable items, and I think we as a public, we're quite aware of the drill. You know what is needed, Pampers, all of those things are asked for.
Sanitary napkins.
So let's focus on that. Mr. Stewart, who are we helping? Because we know that it's not just Carriacou only, but you have Grenada, you have St. Lucia, our neighbors. So this on this first instant, who is the relief directed to?
The relief is directed to the islands and the countries that have been hit.
Right.
So we are focusing primarily on Grenada and its dependencies, the Grenadines, St. Vincent as well, and the Grenadines. We know that they were impacted. We know Jamaica was impacted as well. And therefore, the relief I know there were some discussions that started with the ODPM. I started those discussions with them as to, I know a ship left already and another one will be leaving today. So the Minister of Trade, Paula Gopi Schoon, I think is her name. She will be working along, I guess, to make a determination the viability of sending another vessel up. So we are working on that, and Tobago need to come strong. I know in a couple of years ago when we did this, over $300,000 worth in relief items left here. And I know we can break that record again. We have 1 week to do so, and we're going to do it. Over 5,000 pieces of items left Tobago for those St. Vincent that year. And therefore, we want to do it, you know, and the pieces, the logistics pieces are in place. We will quantify these items. We ask persons to, if you have the price of your item, make sure that it's communicated to the person who is receiving it. Quantities in terms of documenting these quantities. There's a variety of areas that one can help where ablutionary items such as soap, detergent, everything that goes along in that area. Then you have other things like emergency power, you know, those are high items, you know, for those corporate bodies who want to throw in a generator. This is what they need right now. They need things, they need tools to rebuild their places and that kind of stuff. So you have a cadre of area in that cache. You will see a lot of different things categorized, and therefore we will make that that information available as early as later today. I know the information division unit is working on it, and therefore, you know, come out with your love and, you know, let that benignity overwhelm them, you know, and heal that pain that they are going through right now.
Good. Yeah, so we want to also, we've seen that we want to go down tomorrow. Once the folks bring the stuff, we already, I want to thank Penny Savers as from now, thank folks who have been already say this and that's we're going to make it happen, we're going to do it, we're going to give some money, we need some diesel and so on. Somebody already donated some diesel, it's some of $3,000, can't call names on the air, and you know, so we want to just make it happen. So get this stuff done, we're going to load from here, go over to the port, that's at the Coast Guard area, Coast Guard port over there. We're going to be loading from there for tomorrow. I don't have a timing yet, but we'll tell the people as they
because we understand a lot of things are changing and you're planning. But Tobagonians, the hard work is being done by TEMA, by ASI. All you have to do is just bring the items, you know. Some of you are still making groceries. Pick up some extra tuna, pick up some extra canned peas or something. And I always encourage parents, let your children be a part of this process. Let them learn the importance of contributing to those in need. Let them build that and you instill that in them. I am my brother's keeper. Sometimes we like to keep in our corner, but you only understand how important it is to be your brother's keeper when it's reversed.
That's right.
So get busy. $300,000 worth was the last relief effort.
You know,
somewhere around.
Yeah, it bypassed that.
Right, so and Mr. Stewart challenged us, Tobagonians. We love a challenge, and I'm sure now, don't let me down because I'm talking big and bold this morning. I know that we can surpass that. And we have seen the videos. My pause, it's raising as we say. We have seen the videos. We understand what we got away from.
That's right.
Right? We understand. At least I hope we understand what we got away from. And we are now positioned to help our neighboring communities, our neighboring Caribbean islands. And let us do that because when, not if, when the tables are turned, they will be there to help us. So please, all right, so you have the drop-off points again. Today, Good News Seventh-day Adventist Church, located right on Milford Road, opposite the Esplanade, next to TLH Plaza. You have the TEMA headquarters in Bacalet. Not easy to miss, right? Easy to find. Just keep updated. We all know you all love social media. So as things evolve, as more specifics come out, it will be communicated. And I'm sure for those who have the Zello app, who have been part of, you know, the last few days, listening to the updates coming from TEMA, coming from the relief centers, information I'm sure will also be shared and we will be directed accordingly. So gentlemen, this is important. 211 is on
right as well.
Good. 211 you can call.
721-6409.
Right, 721-6409. You sure that's the number, Mr. Andrews? All right. So let's see if we get those numbers so that Tobago, we will definitely rise to the challenge. And I'm not saying overextend yourself. If you can, go right ahead. So Mr. Andrews' number is 721-6409. That's 721-6409. If you want to contribute and you want to reach out to him and share how you would like to contribute, do so. For those of you who have Tima's number, you also have 211 where you can get more information. And Tobago is small. Those of you who have Mr. Stewart's number, you could call him. Those of you who have another person from Tima's number, call them, find out, and let us really rise. Let us rally and let us push, and let's do it fast. It's not time to think about what you could do, but just do it.
Yes?
Somebody's waiting on something to eat. Somebody's waiting on something to put on. Somebody's waiting for some water tomorrow, not next week, tomorrow. So we start now.
If you could buy a box of Band-Aids, buy it. Anything and everything will add. All right. So again, parents, involve your children in this process. Talk to them about it. Let them see the videos. We show them everything else. Let them see what's happening. Children are impacted. Let them learn from this very young age the importance of saying thanks in that way and in giving.
Yeah,
all
stuffed
right.
toy, for the kids, that keep them calm, things like that, make it available.
Paper, napkins.
So that is so important. So thank you, gentlemen, and I'm always happy to see Tobago rise to the occasion and get things done in a very professional and efficient manner and reach out. Because again, this is not the first time we've had disasters in the region. Those of you who remember history, what these two organizations would have done together, and even others. Sometimes they are smaller groups who may not have the logistics, but they organize and then they bring what they would have collected. So if you want to do that, your churches, your churches, mobilize your members. Village councils, mobilize your villagers, and you all may have a meeting group in a central area in your community, and then you can bring everything down to these main drop-off points. So thank you so much, viewers. Thank you so much, gentlemen. And viewers, this is the end of our Good Morning Tobago show. I will see you, of course, next week, Friday, God's willing, and on Monday, Chanel will continue leading and charging the way. And let us remember to stay safe. It is Friday, but stay safe. Thank you so much.
Fill the skies. I say thanks for favor to wake up and hear me.